Hey guys, this is a call for freedom fighters. Just want to get this last video in for tonight. Uh, this video is about Chicago Democrat rips Lori Lightfoot for city. Sorry guys, for city's rise in crime. Like I said, I don't care about Democrat. I don't care about Republican. Don't really give a fuck. But I will address this issue because I don't like this woman. And I really don't like her. I wish she would just drop off a cliff somewhere and swim the shore and then get eaten by a shark.
Lori Lightfoot isn't doing anything to stop the madness. She's too busy telling us if we can take a bite out of our muffins without spreading COVID. Raymond Lopez is a Chicago city alderman.
And that is just the tip of the iceberg.
And he joins me now. So, Raymond, she's basically willing to sacrifice the lives of her own constituents last year just so she could look tough against that mean man Donald Trump. What is...
I really didn't like him either. I don't like nobody that runs for anybody. I don't like none of them motherfuckers. I hate politics. I ain't even getting to it.
Scoundrel. Is she seen as a scoundrel in Chicago by most people?
Well, Jesse, first off, Merry Christmas. And yes, most Chicagoans do not find it the least bit find it very much hypocritical that the mayor 15 months ago told Donald Trump to get the hell out of Chicago with
She did, and her city was a mess.
His assistants and basically pay politics with people's lives. And here we are in 2021, over 812 people murdered by gun violence in the city of Chicago. That number continues to rise. We've seen more children impacted by gun violence than by COVID. And now...
And she's not doing a damn thing about it.
She's doing the great pivot, the great about face, and saying now that President Joe Biden is here, she'll take the help. What about...
Yeah, think about that, people. She playing people's lives and saying, I don't want your help, but when he comes in, I want your help now. Yeah, she really cares about the Chicago people's lives. Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit. If you vote for this woman, you're the biggest fucking clown ever.
About all those thousands of people whose lives have been impacted by gun violence or the lives that were lost last year when she could have had help from the federal government, won't talk about it, won't apologize for it, and just wishes to sweep it under the rug as though it never happened.
Are you saying more children in Chicago have died from bullets than have died from COVID-19?
More children have been victimized by gun violence in the city of Chicago than have been killed by COVID in the entire state of Illinois in the last year.
Think about that. More kids been inflicted by gun violence than think about that. What he just said. Wow. That tells you everything you need to know about this. Everything you need to know.
The entire state of Illinois. It's astounding.
And yet we still talk more about COVID than we do gun violence.
Absolutely.
Which is a fucking joke. Every other fucking issue, that's what I'm saying. What the fuck happened to the fucking, I can't even say it. I'm not even gonna risk it because I'm probably on the hot seat right now. They probably want to strike my ass so hard. Well, I ain't gonna say it. Nope.
Absolutely. Why not? It distracts from all the bloodshed. Have you heard anything from Barack Obama? Does he ever talk about the surge in homicide?
And here we go. Talking about, this is why I really trying to watch the news, because all they do is talk about the right, the left, the right, the left. Like, so classic.
Homicides? I mean, this guy's hometown. I mean, I know he lives in the Vineyard and in Hawaii now, but do you ever hear him implore the leaders of his town to do something about the violence?
You know, even as President Obama works on building his Obama Center in Woodlawn, and as many of our city officials are joining the Biden administration, the fact that we have one of the most perceived violent cities in America seems to be lost on all of them. And everyday residents throughout the city of Chicago are struggling. They feel that they are quite literally under the gun every time they step out of their homes, whether it's to take their kid.
Look up how many killings are in Chicago. I mean, if you look up the drill scene on the rap drill scene, I mean, all they do is publicly talk about how they kill each other, how they bloodshed and how they kill each other and then get payback for their dead homies. I mean, it's been going on for years, man. It's so much gang violence in that city. I mean, I wouldn't step a foot in that city. And she is doing nothing, absolutely, positively nothing to stop it. She's a joke. She's the biggest joke. Like, she's bigger joke than freaking the Joker. So why so serious? No, she's not serious. She's actually the least serious.
It's to school, whether it's to go to work, or whether it's just to take a walk around the block.
Yeah.
Children, working parents.
You take a walk around the block if you want to around Chicago. Your ass ain't gonna have an ass when you get back home.
And even our seniors are all at threat of being victimized every day in this city, with no one wanting to take responsibility for it or to propose real solutions other than blaming someone else, as we heard from.
Here's a real solution. Fucking get rid of the mayor that you have. That's a solution. Fire the mayor. I'm gonna tell it like it is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit.
Lori Lightfoot this week. And what we're seeing right now is that the pendulum that many Democratic politicians, and I will say as a Democrat, I find it disgusting that we're at this point, but they've pushed the pendulum so far to the left when it comes to criminal justice reform that we now favor criminals over victims, and that even as the politicians are becoming victims themselves, I'm more than certain they will never accept responsibility for the seeds that they've sown to bring us to this point.
Even after getting carjacked at gunpoint, they're still not going to change their position. It's unbelievable, but at this point, it's not surprising. Thank you so much, Alderman Raymond Lopez.
Thank you, Jesse.
Who here in the comment section is shocked about anything that you just heard? Anything? Any takers? Nah, I ain't think so. Cause it's a complete joke how they run this city. It is absolutely, compared to Florida, and you compare Florida to Chicago, it's a complete fucking joke. You gotta be fucking blind at to see the two differences on how they run their cities. It's a joke. I would never go there. Not unless you want to get your ass blown off. I mean, what a joke, people.
Rekindle the spirit of holiday traditions for you and your family and immerse yourself in a world wondrously transformed.
Only the federal government has the resources and reach to make a meaningful dent in illegal gun trafficking across state lines. They must do more, and we are ready, willing, and able to work in further partnership in this crucial work.
She waited until there was a house fire before she brought out a hose. Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot there pleading with the Attorney General Merrick Garland now to send ATF agents to the city for 6 months after Chicago hit a 25-year high in the number of murders. This comes after the Democrat proposed slashing $80 million from the Chicago Police Department budget in 2020 during the Defund the Police protests. And
why would you slash that much money and defund the police? Please stop with the rhetoric and find the moral courage to simply support the needed actions. She said that to Trump. She defunded the police and look at her city. Why would you defund the police in the most hostile city in America? My brain just wants to fall out of my freaking head right now. I'm trying not to curse.
it's a 180 from a year ago when then President Trump offered to help her and her city. Lightfoot said back then in a highly charged letter, quote, "Please stop with the rhetoric and find the moral courage to simply support the needed actions." Kayleigh McEnany. Wow.
Yeah, wow is right. She went on in criticism of the Trump administration's plan to call these individuals secret federal agents And her exact words were, if you send them, it will foment a wave of massive opposition in my city. But now she's singing a very different tune. Unfortunately, though, hundreds and hundreds have lost their life because of the politicization of crime in Chicago. And we see this everywhere. I remember when Mayor Wheeler called federal agents paramilitary forces. Remember the
Lightfoot is a joke, people. I'm sorry. I don't even care at this point. I know this video is long as shit, but she deserves every bit of hate coming her way.
federal agents who went to stop the burning down of buildings and the violence we saw there. Jim Clyburn played into it, analogizing these federal agents to the Gestapo. You know, we routinely hear this rhetoric from the left, and unfortunately, it comes at a very deadly price.
You know, last hour, Leslie, we talked about.
All right, guys. I think I'm gonna end it here. I'm not gonna keep going. I don't want to hear Fox News jabber, jabber, jabber. I mean, they're not saying anything that we already know about this lady. I mean, she is definition the worst mayor. Definition of, if you look up the definition of worst mayor, she's right there in the book. She's right there in the book. Just open the dictionary, you'll see it. You'll see a picture of her. All right, guys, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.